We're just getting started!
Hello, and welcome back. Now, where were we? Oh yes, I heard that someone had some maniacal things to say about me. Story time. Well, we don't care about that now. We'll see how things turn out for that imbecile later. But for now, we have a vlog to do. So without any further ado, let the adventures begin!
Alright, we're gonna make our way into Medieval Fair, which is always such a well-done part of Haunt. This year, there are 4 mazes, as well as the classic Plague Scare Zone, and I think there's also something new going on in Wonderland Theater this year. But what's happening inside are horror flicks. You know, I kind of saw it on the map and I'm like, oh, people are gonna be going in to watch like The Shining or whatever, but that is not what it is. It is actually put on by the Vaughan International Film Festival, and it's a series of short flicks that run from 8 p.m. to 11:30 every night of Haunt. You can just walk in and leave whenever you feel like it. I've never seen anything like this at a Haunt event, and I just think it's the coolest thing, especially the way it integrates the Vaughan community. But of course, you have to make your way through the plague in order to visit.
How are you?
I'm good, how are you?
Wonderful! I'm dying, but I'm well!
Well, I'm sorry to hear about the dying part, but good
It's
to hear that
alright.
you're
Best
good.
not catch the plague here. We're cursed.
Okay.
You be careful.
Alright, this year's courtyard mazes are the Forest of Fear and Bloodshed. We just finished Forest of Fear, now we're heading right on to Bloodshed. Forest of Fear. It's been around for a couple years, but I found this year it had more of a like Blood on the Bayou, Louisiana Scream kind of vibe. And if I'm not mistaken, they reused some of the props and sets from the old Louisiana theme mazes. I think the vines are reused, and some of the wood in the boardwalk, but that one's always pretty cool. And then Bloodshed, that's been around for a while, but again, it's super fun. Kind of creepy, especially towards the end with all the gore and the body parts. It's probably one of the goriest, bloodiest mazes they have at Haunt. And now we're off to check out the other 2 Medieval Fair mazes. A weird thing happened when I was in the crypt. I walked in, and not too long after I started, all the lights turned on. There must have been some sort of issue, and Kid Ed's Wonderland is honestly probably really good at dealing with the issues. You know, I went all the way through, I have no idea what happened, so congrats to Kid Ed's Wonderland for handling that really well. The only downside is that unfortunately, the lights on took away from the atmosphere of the maze, and the scare actors kind of retreated. You know, they couldn't be seen. And then the ones you could see, they just were very static. They didn't really do much. So I am gonna try to go for it again later, hopefully to get the full experience. Right now they have closed the maze, no one else is allowed in. Now Sci-Fi House, that's been here for, I don't know, I wanna say 5 or 6 years now. I don't know, it's kind of one of those cheesier takes on an alien horror themed maze. If you are looking for a maze to ease yourself into the Haunt experience, Sci-Fi House is an excellent one to start with. It looks like the lineup for the crypt is a lot shorter, so I assume that any issue that was going on earlier has been fixed. So let's check it out in its true form. The crypt was so much better this time around. Whatever was going on before, they must have fixed that. I will admit, it was super cool to see the inner workings of the maze and everything with the lights on. But just the atmosphere and everything that they had in there, it was so creepy. It was so well done. It was one of my favorites from last year. So once again, this year they did a really great job with it. One of the most unsettling parts was this corridor where they had this sound of bones cracking. It was just, it was disgusting and creepy and just awful. Awful in a good way, of course. Then of course I did Sci-Fi House again, and I just gotta do a shout out. There was a scare actor at the beginning who really just kind of hid around the corner and just banged on the wall, but loud noises, sudden, ended up getting me both times. It was pretty good. And there was also another point in Sci-Fi House where a mirror dropped, and it wasn't just a slam, but then the scare actor behind the mirror reached out their hand right at my face. So shout out to those scare actors for being really great at their job. This here is Vampire Disco, which is a silent disco. Looks like they're having an awesome time. And of course, you get to party with the vampires. And they might suck blood, but they certainly don't suck the life out of the party. So in other years, the Pines Scare Zone used to be down this little pathway here, but this year it's over here.
What do you want? Leave!
What do you want?
I want you to leave!
Fair request.
No! Don't do that!
I've just had one of the most coolest experiences on Flight Deck. I was the only rider in the entire train and I got a front row seat. It was still painful. It's not the most comfortable ride, but yeah, it's definitely one of those coaster enthusiast experiences that I can now cross off my list. Story time. So I was walking through the Pine Scare Zone and then all of a sudden, one of the monsters calls out and he's like, "Hey, it's the guy from the vlog." And I was like, "Hey, that's cool, he recognizes me." But then he goes like, "Your intro needs some work." And I'm like, whoa, easy there. No, it's pretty cool to see that someone was actually watching and, you know, kind of recognizes me. But he was right, my intro does need some work. I'm hoping to do something a little bit extra for this episode, as you've probably already seen. And then in general, I'm gonna have a new intro sequence coming very soon. Also, Monster Guy, thanks for watching.
We're just getting started!
New for this year is Radioactive, which is an LED dance show. Alright, I feel like I'm at the dollar store or Costco or something. Because in one spot there's Halloween stuff, but then turn the corner and bam, it's Christmas.
Are you recording yourself? Hello? I'm Captain Jack Skeletor.
Alright, that does it for my time here at Halloween Haunt 2019. Overall, it looks like it's going to be a fantastic season of Haunt. Even though there's no new mazes for this year, the Frontier's Revenge scare area is absolutely amazing. It's really well done. And all of the new shows and entertainment offerings are really nice touches. It's pretty cool to just, you know, take a break from all the action, take in a show, and yeah, just move on with your day. The short films in Canterbury Theatre seem to be a really cool addition. I definitely want to come back and watch some of those. Again, I just love how they have that synergy between the local Vaughan area. And of course, the interactions with the monsters is so cool. I mean, I'm kind of worried right now because I'm standing at the front gate and there is screaming and monsters everywhere and one could come up to me at any moment. Yeah, just talking to them and interacting with them and just seeing them present their character is just so cool. But anyways, that's all for today. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, and all that wonderful YouTube stuff. Be sure to follow me on social media. And remember, the adventure is calling.
That's right, but no one cares about that. We'll get to that later.
Yo, what's your YouTube file?
Adventures with Parker.
Yo, subscribe to the man.
Parker, hi, Adventures with Parker.